We went for a ride, and so my hair is blowing all over Timbuktu. Sorry. All right. I am Carol, the owner and creator of everything at CarolJo's.com, which is an online jewelry and accessory business for women. I am waiting for TikTok and YouTube to get me out on their For You page or get notifications out so that I have others joining us before I go into our intro fully here. But as you come in, if you guys can like here on TikTok to 10,000 and let's get those shares to at least 10, that will help us get pushed out and the notifications going out. So once again, if you can do 10,000 likes and 10 shares here right away, that really helps us out. So thank you to everybody who is already doing that. I appreciate it. So, all right. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can get, I'm on my backup account, so I think I can get people and share it. Let's see. Hi, Robin. How are you doing? All right, so I got it to share it. Let's see if I like, because I'm not on the same Wi-Fi, so that should work. But all right, we've got individuals coming in here, so I'll start out. I'm doing good, good. We are having, I think we're gonna have a fun night tonight, hopefully. What I'm going to do is show you some tips and tricks in our tutorial, and then I'll show you how to do it. So what we do here on the social media is we do tutorials, which is what we have tonight. We try to do twice a week. We also try to do chats twice a week. And that's where we can have discussions about anything on making jewelry or running our small businesses. One of the things that we'll bring up next week in our chat, hi Rose, is how to look for red flags if you're a small business and you're getting orders. So we'll do that. And also we do sales. So we did a silicone sale earlier this week. I won't have another one because of our compacted week that we have this week. But next week I will try to have probably 2 different silicone sales so that you guys can get some of the items that I'm going to show you tonight and have that be there so that you guys can make these balloon animals with some of the things I'm showing you. Okay. Hi, Diane. So, but we will have a sale tomorrow at 12 o'clock noon Central, and that is a basket sale where we have items up for grabs that someone had claimed but did not pay their invoice for whatever reason. And because of that, now they're going to be back up. Hi, Myrta. Then tomorrow night, we are going to have Simply Links tutorial on an earring. So we'll be live both on TikTok and YouTube tomorrow night again. I only do sales on TikTok. All right, that's our spiel. Now, I've been showing you guys this little guy. He is a balloon dog done in one color. I will tell you that this is honestly my first try, and it worked. I was so surprised at how well my first try was. Let me tell you, I was like, wow, because I wanted to use different color beads to make a second one. And I also wanted to put knots throughout it. And this is how he turned out. Whoops, let me set him up the right way. There we go. He stinks. When you look at this one versus this one, you see a lot of the white string in the feet. I struggle best with doing knots. So, let me tell you, I will give you my thing on this one. What it was is that people are saying if you twist it, it can be untwisted. It's not, it might lose its shape, that type of thing. Okay, I get that if it's going to be a keychain, you can bump it around, what have you, and you might get those out. I get it. So I thought, okay, I get what they're saying. Hi, Happy. So I did knots throughout. I'm going to show you up close. The knots don't hide very well at all. I don't like the knots. Sorry. I'm just going to tell you, my preference, this is my preference, is that I don't like the knots. There is on TikTok, there is Creative City Designs, and she has been showing everybody how to do the knot one, and I tried her way. It just didn't work for me. I don't know if you guys need to go and watch her and see and figure out if you guys can do it. I'll just say it didn't work for me. Thank you, Julie, for the heart me. That's all I can say is it didn't work for me. So what I want to say with this, yeah, they're over here. Knots are not my thing. And they got knot and the word not for knots in there twice. That was so cool, Baha. I didn't even really realize how I said that. But making the balloon dog, it just wasn't easy for me to do it with the knots. Then I thought, okay, I am going to try doing the balloon dog with not the knots this time, but I want to use different shapes of beads. I want to use the 9mm, and I wanted to use the 9mm round. I also still have the 15mm in there and the octagons. I didn't follow a step that I will show you in this. And when I didn't follow that step, I have too much in here and he looks like crap. If I would have followed my steps correctly, even with the other shapes in there, he would look like this if I would have done it right. So I want to show you what it is that I didn't do when I went to make this one. So that is with a 9mm black bead. We have the Arctic Glacier, I think this one is here. Then we have one of the grays, which I don't know what color gray this is. And they came out of my box of like extras. And when I look at it, he is a shade off from that one. So I didn't get all three grays, but that's beside the point. And I wanted to try, how do you do two different colors? Because remember we talked about the print bead. If we put those paw prints down at the bottom, how do you put it on your loop turner to get that to work? I figured it out, and we will talk about that when we go to redo this one. So as part of our tutorials tonight, I'm cutting this one apart, and we're going to show you how to do it. But I'm going to do this one first, I think, and redo this one without the knots. Hello, Emily. Hi, Geraldine. But my question is, do you guys want to see one that is a solid color first? This is what I'm going to ask. Do you want to see a solid color first, or do you want to see it with the mixed colors? We'll have time to do all three. And we're going to do one. I got to find a closure really quick. Solid first. Okay, let me see what I got for beads in here for solid. Because I was going to redo those too, and then I'm like, I didn't grab solid beads. Let me make sure I have a solid. I don't, but I know where there is some. So hold on, everybody. They're in the living room. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. We're going to do this one in a light blue, everybody. Okay, I'm back. It takes 17 beads to do this. Thank you, Julie, for all of those gifts. Your awesome gift, because you guys are awesome. You're all awesome. So I'm grabbing a bag of 20 of the blue, this light blue. I believe this light blue is a new color, but don't quote me. I have to look at my sheet. Yes, You can use the 12 millimeters, you can use a 19 millimeter, you can use 15 millimeters. You could do that all in abacus, you could, or not abacus, all in octagons. I have not tried it in lentils or abacus yet. So I'm going to point you guys down, everybody, okay? I'm going to show you what we're going to use for tools and for the beads, okay? So I'm going to point you both down. Here you go, TikTok. And here you go, YouTube. YouTube, I will not be able to see comments while we're down. And I have to look at my screen on my backup account on YouTube, or I'm sorry, on TikTok. And if I'm not looking at it, I might miss a comment. But I will just ask again. So as you can see, I'm going to take 3 of them away because we only need 17 and there was 20 in the package. The blue silicone 15 millimeters is what I'm going to use first. You can see I started putting them on my loop turner. We're going to need 2 loop turners. There's too many beads for one of the longs. It could be too short, could be too long, 1 short, 1 long, whatever size loop turners you have, but please use 2, okay? You will need your pliers. I didn't use my pliers on this and I forgot to do something. So that's why this one didn't turn out like it should. Using the pliers, it turned out like this, okay? We have the butane lighter. You can use whatever kind of lighter you want. We have scissors. This is my bead reamer. I use it like an awl. I also have awls, but I just don't have one up here. This helps with the knots. Black or white, depending on what you want to use. I'm using 1.9 millimeter cord for this. I have found 1.9 works a lot better than my 2.0. All right. I'm also grabbing my white, because with the blue, I'm going to use white and not black. I am also going to grab one of the split rings. I need to add it to, a lobster clasp, but I don't have a lobster clasp close by. I can add that on later too. So that's not a big deal about the lobster clasp, but I do need my split ring for those that are going to be a key ring. If they're going to be a desk pet like this, you do not need to add that key ring right up here at the top. All right. Hi, Craft 167. So I'm going to add 17 of my beads to my 2 loop turners. So I have 5 so far in this one. There's 6, 7, 8, and then there's 9. On the other one, we're going to put 8. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 17. Always remember with the loop turners, the last bead you put on is going to be the first bead off. So your last bead on this one is going to be your last bead on. When you're dealing with 2 loop turners, it can be a little tricky because what's going to happen is that whatever one you're going to start with, you want it to be your start. And then know that your pattern will follow behind it. So like that. And I always have an issue with that sometimes. I would say, hi Candy, probably 95% of the time, and I have to take it off and redo it. So if you have to redo it, that's fine. But just look at it before you start doing everything, okay? That is my advice. We are going to take and measure 18 inches of the nylon cord. This one is, once again, the 1.5 millimeter nylon cord. We are going to cut that off. Move the cord off to the side. What I'm going to do now is create a loop. Take the end piece, go once into the loop with that end, go twice. And then we want to get this as close to the end as possible. And that's sometimes where our awl comes into place, and just being able to move it down to get it as close to the end. We can cut off a little bit of that, but we don't want a big, huge one at the end. I want to make sure my knot is tight. I grab my pliers and I push that through. We're not going to do anything with this one end yet. We're just going to leave it be. We're going to take all 17 beads and put it on our cord here. Thanks, Meg, for saying that, because sometimes I'm like, dear Lord. And I got to tell you what I did tonight with the loop turner when I went to make another example. I hurt myself with the loop turner, putting them on, which I've never done before. There we go. We got all of our beads on. Now, normally when we do things, we put our knots or whatever right next to the beads, but we're going to be twisting. So we need to leave a little bit of room. So like, just like a little bit. And we're going to put our knot here at this end. Going to go through this one twice, just like we did on the other end. And we're going to use either your bead reamer or an awl, whichever one you have handy, to help us keep our knot from going all over the place. And you grab this and pull it. Use your pliers to pull it tight. Okay? First bead. I'm going to explain the beads. First bead is the nose. That's at the end where we have our first knot. The next 4, you're going to create a square like this. Get as much of that together. Take and wrap that around. And that's going to create the head. That square's the head. Your next bead is the body. Next 4, you're going to create a square again. Twist this around. And I twist it around twice to 3 times. And that's your first set of legs, that square there. Here is your body. It's going to get tight here. Twist those 4 around. I might have needed a little bit more space. Ah, one came off. Okay, come on. There we go. We got it twisted. Okay, there we go. That's our second set of legs. We might only have 1 bead on for because one fell off. We only have 1 bead for our tail. We have a nub tail, okay? We're gonna next time I'm gonna redo this one before I say it's good. That's how you create the desk one. But yes, we have the nub. Then what you do is you take your scissors, cut that off, take the torch, this is the torch end, and do the end and just heat it up. This is a little bit too long to be able to burn all of that off. So we are going to cut just a little bit of that one off. He's a little frayed. And then heat that side up. And you have a desk pet. That's how to make the desk pets. Yep, we docked him. I just read that. I'm going to show you. I'm going to cut this apart. We'll see how we can get it cut apart. See, everybody talks about that, you know, it's going to untwist. But the thing is that he doesn't untwist for me. I can't get this one to untwist. I can't get this one to untwist. so that I can get in here and cut this. There we go. Got that one. Whew. See if we can get that there. I'm cutting him apart because we're going to make him not docked, tailed, and I'm going to show you how to do the key ring in it with the same one, okay? Let me get the string off. I was going to say, I'm wondering what next week is going to be like for me, because we have school starts next week for us. Okay, 18 inches. I'm going to move my ruler out of the way. We are going to create, once again, do the tail, or the knot, 2 through there. Grab your awl, bring it down as close as possible to that end. There we go. Grab your pliers and pull it tight. There we go. Holy buckets. How was the first day for you then, Miss Kelly? Put on, I'm going to put 3 beads on my loop turner. I am going to put these 3 beads on. There's a reason why this is different with the key ring. The key ring's next. I don't want this one. I really want a lobster clasp. Hold on. Let me find one in my findings. This isn't going to be one that you guys will have up for sale because this is from my personal collection. Okay, everybody? We're going to do that one. Because I want to do it. There's a reason why I want to do it with this one. I want to use this part of the swivel, and you want to put that on right there. Okay? With the swivel part. Now we're going to take, now that we had those 3 on there here, we can fit the rest of these onto 1 loop turner. So desk pets, you need 2 loop turners. If you're going to do it as a key ring, you can use just 1. Oh, whoa. How are you guys short-staffed at the beginning of the school year? That stinks. Let's see. So we're going to put 14 beads on our loop turner here. Now, what I did earlier is I was trying to put the beads on this way, and I ended up harpooning myself between my fingernail or my fingers with this part, the hook. So I don't recommend it. If you saw, I ended up doing it this way so I wouldn't get caught in there. Oh, that stinks. All right. We got our 14 beads on there. So now we have a total of 17. 3 before we put our swivel clasp on there, 14 after. I'm going to give myself just a little bit more space. I don't want to do too much because I don't want the space in there. You got to get it at the right spot. So I am going to, I did about this much last time. So I'm going to go right there. I didn't use my, I'm going to try it there. Grab my pliers. Okay. First bead, your nose. Next 4 is the head. Go in, and I go around it like 2 to 2.5, maybe 3 times to get that in there. He is now my nose and my guy with my squares. The next bead is your body. Get him up in there tight. He's going to help, if you notice here, these 2 are pushed together, and that helps keep this part straight. Then I'm going to take my next 4 beads, push them so they make a square. I want to get that nice and tight. And then turn this 2 to 3 times. But the legs need to go down and the head needs to go up. So this is our head. So I need to turn it so that my legs go down. Does that make sense? I used up all my space again and I gave myself extra space. We might be a docked tail again. Next bead here is our body. Next 4 are our legs. I'm going to do 2. Ooh, that's nice and tight. Hey, that's not coming off. Woohoo! And there we are. We got the key ring now. But I got to finish off our ends, okay, everybody? But do you guys see that? He is nice and tight. There's nothing wiggly moving. I cut off my end and my end here really short. Take the torch, singe that down. That's not coming off. Singe this one. There we go. We're going to do it again, Cherie. No worries. We're going to do this a few more times. That's how you do it. You just got to make sure everything is nice and tight. So that's the blue one. All right. He's our blue one. He has his desk mate. He's the keychain. He's the desk one. Same thing. Only thing is you don't need this. We're going to redo this one because I didn't get him tight like I should. Whoops, this one. He's got a 12 millimeter size nose. So we're going to do this. You need a coral one. All right, we're going to walk these 2 off and we're going to show you how to do patterns. The technique that you're going to use to create them with the twists and that is the same no matter if it's a pattern, different size beads, that type of thing. So we're going to go over that part, but I'm also going to show you. I've never seen it in the middle of the body. In all honesty, I've never seen anybody do it in the middle. Has anybody seen that? You guys let me know. So I'm going to walk those off there. I'm going to do this one next. So remember, that's the one thing. That's why they said there's this one lady named Sarah with Creative City Designs, and she does the knots. I knotted this one. I can't do it tight enough with the knots. So I don't know how that's going to work out. I've not put one of these in my purse to know. Plus, I don't have keys for anything. We have keyless entry to the house. We have the key fobs to my vehicles. I don't need keychains in all honesty, so I can't test them out. Can you guys laugh at me? Now, I want to explain patterns and explain the beads. This is bead 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on your loop turner. This one here is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And what I mean is 7, 8, 9, 10. This is bead 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So that's how you get 17 beads on there. So when you're doing a pattern, we start with the back of where we're going to go because this is going to be the last one off, okay? So I'm going to cut him apart now that I showed you. See if I can get it apart easily. He should be easier because he's so... But I have to cut multiple times. See, I have knots in there. But see, my knots got loops in them and I couldn't get... And I followed her technique, but they have loops in them. Every time I went to do it, I kept getting loops. So I don't know how to get them the way she does it. So I want to remember I have bead 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, bead 11. I'm going to use my other loop turner in just a second here. I got to cut it apart because we have another knot. So this is 11. Whoops, I need to put more on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 8. I have 9 beads on the loop turner, but this is 9 and 10. So we're putting these on 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Got to cut this knot off. 6. I have to cut again because I made another knot. I made another knot. There's lots of knots in this, and I can't get it tight with all the knots. All right, so then it is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now, if I'm making this as a desk pet, all of these go on my cord. If I'm making it a keychain, the first 3 go on, and then we finish out with the rest, okay? I'm going to try this as a keychain. Let me get another one. I'm going to use the black 1.5 millimeter. We're going to cut 18 inches. Okay. First 3 on. Whoops. Guess what I forgot to do, everybody? I forgot to put my knot that goes at the beginning of my nose. So let me get that knot in there. Using my reamer, we're going to bring that down as close to the end as we can. It doesn't have to be right at the end. Hello, Mr. White. And then pull that to get it tight. Now we'll put those 3 on. At the end, those 3. Okay, then we're going to get a swivel closure here. Using the swivel part, this part, put that on there. Now we're going to finish off this loop turner. He's open. Yeah, right, we got to 10K. We're actually at 12K, everybody. As soon as I get these all on, I will do the giveaway, okay? So just let me get these all on. There we go. We have all 17 beads on in a pattern. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed my beads. These are a different color brown than this. So I looked at it as dogs have different colors throughout their body. So I'm making him a little bit darker brown in the face, lighter brown body, like beige body, and light brown paws or legs. All right. So I am going to I'm going to push this up here for both of you guys so I can see while we're doing the giveaway. All right. Sorry. I need it up for that. Let's guess a color. I made a list of them, so I didn't have to sit here and think all the time. All right, everybody, go ahead and in the chat, put names of colors to see who's going to win a bag of bead soup. We have the bead soup up here. And somebody's already got it on TikTok. I'm going to make the bag here, so hold on. Let me go weigh this. I think I need more, I think. I can just tell by the weight. It doesn't weigh enough. Ah, right. I got it. Okay. Let's see who the winner is. I'm going to write your name on this bag after we get done showing it. Geraldine, you're the winner. Reason being is I don't have any baskets on my desk. Here is what you're going to win. You've got different kinds of beads. You have a resin and wood bead in there. We've got some squares. We got naturals. We have lots of things. We have a large acrylic. There's that resin. So you have a lot of beads in there. So there is what Geraldine won. Unless I see your basket. I'm in the middle of invoicing. So some of the baskets are up here. She's up here. There we go. I put you in your basket, Miss Geraldine. Congratulations. Now I'm going to move our bead soup out of the way. And I'm going to point you guys back down again. And we're going to do this. You put in magenta. That was our color. Congratulations. All right. Going back down, everybody. Magenta was the color. All right, here we go. Going back down. There. All right. Now remember, bead number 1 is our nose. The next 4 beads, so 2, 3, 4, 5, will be our head. I'm going to put this down there even more. 1, 2. We're going to put that there, and we're going to pull this tight. Having the pliers to pull these tight, I found very beneficial because my hands can't pull things tight very well. All right, so we're going to put the 4 beads in a square. Do you see how they're a square? Or, let me get it in the middle of the camera for both of you guys. We've got 4 beads there. Our keychain is at the top. Pull it tight. I grab the nose and I grab these 2 beads and I just spin it around twice to maybe 3 times to get that tight. And then bring the nose up. So the nose is on, let me get that out of the way. And I have to hold it. See, that's our nose in our face. We're going to bring that body down. Bring it tight up against our nose. And then bring the next 4 beads down. Create a square again. Hold the body piece. Take your legs. Twist them around. I'm doing it 3 times. I want my legs to be on the bottom, facing this way. So I need to, there we go. So there's our legs. We're going to bring our next body bead right up against that other body bead. Put them up there tight to each other. Take the next 4, make a square. We are running out of room. Everything's getting tight, and that's okay. Hold the 2 beads. One's the body, one's the tail, the beginning of the tail. Hold those 2 and take your feet and do it around like that. My feet are on the top. I got it. So you see, this is my head, my nose, my feet, but my feet are up on top. How you get that to do this is flip it down. And now he's tighter. And he is staying. He's not flipping himself out and getting out. Okay? If you can feel this, this is extremely tight. Okay, so my first one here, this is my nose, and these are my face. These are the 4 for my face. So you do the 1 in front, and then this, and then you just twist around. Now, your body is always in front of the part that you're twisting. So this part of the body, twist with this one. This part of the body, twist with this. These two are our tail and they don't twist. Does that make sense? Is that what you were asking, Ashley? And then you cut off the excess cord here. Some people are now taking the cord and making it, instead of cutting it short like that, they're making a foofy tail. And you can do that if you want. I gotta make sure I'm doing this the right way. Burn that down. Burn this one down. After tying the last knot, how much space am I leaving? I didn't measure it. Let me measure it the next time, okay? And if we got it is really, for me, it has been a guessing game. I've not measured it, but let me measure it this next time, okay? So that is how you do a pattern one. I call these a pattern. You can use any type of bead you want, but I wanted my nose to be black. And when I did this one, I was like, I don't know if I like having the 15mm nose. So that's why when I wanted to try one with trying to get him to stand. And to get them to stand, sometimes you just need to like move them around a little bit and then they stand. I've yet to have one not stand. I just have to move my twists around a little bit. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to show you this one. So bead number 1. He is not, oh, I've got the back end of him. I'm like, what the heck? Okay. This one's not tight, so that's why I'm having a problem. Bead number 1 is a 12mm size black bead. Beads 2, 3, 4, and 5 are the Arctic Glacier, I think it is. It's Arctic something bead. I don't have my bead names memorized. Then I have a gray hexagon for number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 7, 8, 9, 10. You don't have to have them be 2 different colors. I just figured we could make their paws a little bit different than the color of their legs. That's what I was doing with that. You could have this in all. Then number, I got them 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Number 11 is the octagon. 12, 13, 14, 15. And then I was thinking he would be part of the body. And then this would be our little tail. But I don't know if I like having those octagons 3 in a row. But I'm going to try it again. I have too much room here. How come I have too much room? I'll explain what I did to make it like this, to get it like that, so that you guys don't make the same mistake. You know how we have been doing our knot at the end before we do the twist? And I thought, oh, I'll do it at the end so I get it at the right spot. Because as you guys have seen, that is part of the hardest part, is where to put that knot. And we're going to measure it. So I didn't measure right and get my knot in the right spot. Even using the awl, I thought I was there. But what it was is that these guys all moved while I was trying to tie the knot. So don't do that. I'm going to cut this off. We're going to take the beads off. All right, so this is 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, let me untwist, 10, 9, 8, 7, See, I was doing it like this, you guys, and I went in there and I got myself. That is 6. We're going to get rid of that 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. There we go. Robin, you're asking about using acrylic beads. Acrylic beads are going to be a little bit harder to put on. You usually can't get the acrylic beads because the hole is not big enough to put them on a loop turner. What you would do is that you will take one end of your cord that you're going to put them on, do a diagonal cut, burn it so that you create a needle to get your acrylics in. I hope that made sense to you. All right. 18 inches of the cord. Whoop. Yep, I'm going to use black. I almost was like, do I want to use white? Nope, I want black. All right. One end, tie your knot for the nose end. Bring that down. Use our pliers to pull this knot tight. There we go. We're going to take the 12 millimeter and put it on first. Okay. You're welcome, Robin. Then we're going to take this one second. Okay, one of the questions that was asked, can we put the keychain in the middle? To do that, that would be between these beads here. We will try this and we'll see what it looks like. If it doesn't work out, we can always cut it off. That's the one thing that I love, is that we are being creative. We've got ideas. We'll try them out. There we go. Now, okay, we're all the way to the end. The last couple, I've done them when I'm looking at them. I measure with my thumb. I know that sounds silly. But when I've done that, that has been about 1.25 inches to 1.5 inches. But that one is like almost, I'm going to go to 1.5 inches to 1 3/4 inches. So right in there. I'm going to put my knot in. We got 20K. Woohoo. Let me get my knot in here. I want to get it to where I want it to be. And then we'll do our giveaway, okay? Double it up. Go through your loop twice. We're going to put this on here. Right there. Our owl or our bead reamer. Right there. Okay. We did this one at 1 3/4 inches, I believe. Let me pull this tight. And double checking where we're exactly at. Okay. The last bead, oh, we're 2 inches. That didn't go where I wanted it, but we'll try it at 2 inches. Okay. I'm going to go up so I can see for our 20K giveaway. Sorry. Whoop. Here you go, YouTube. We're coming up. Whoops, you guys are sorry. There we go. Okay. Let me put this color in. You guys are crooked too. This is a 2-word one. 2-word color. Go. Put them in the comments. Oh, I got to get the beads going. I'm like reading the comments and having fun with that, man. And I don't think I've ever done this color before. How I came up with this one that we're doing was I was in doing names for our beads, and this one came up and I'm like, I'm writing it down because I don't think I've used this in our game. Let me go weigh this and see where we're at. Ooh, he's way over. I know he's way over because of one of the beads, so I'm going to take some other ones out. Hey, Buttercup. What's up? Why do you have splashes all over of grape in that shirt? Can you please go take it off and put it in the bathroom so I can treat it when I get off my live?
The same thing happened to my arm and I can just get off with water.
Huh?
The same thing happened to my arm and I just got off.
Honey, this is closed, so I'm going to use the brush on it to make sure we get it out. Okay? What are you doing? Excuse me. I got to... Will you put it on my counter? There we go. We're good now. So that
Do you like my nails?
I do. I really do like your nails.
Which one's your favorite?
I really like this one. And I like this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I like this one the least most because like I feel like I'd look better on this hand.
Yeah, but we did the other way. Okay. Sorry I didn't give clues for that. Buttercup was talking to me. Sorry. We'll do an easy one next.
Balloon dogs?
Yes, we're making balloon dogs.
Can you make one that looks like midnight?
I can see. I have to go downstairs and get the colors.
Actually, no, Odin.
Oh, man, you're asking for a lot.
I'll bring Odin up if you want.
Oh, okay. All right. It was cardinal red, everybody. Cardinal red. All right. She's going to go grab Odin. Whoops, hold on. We're going to exit out. I'm going to do an easy one now since nobody got that one. And I was talking with her and didn't give clues. Sorry. All right, go. It was cardinal red. Oh, somebody's already got it. Robin, you are the winner. She guessed the color yellow. Congratulations, Robin. So here is what you're going to get. We have a large bead in there. This is a large focal bead. We only had one of them, so I put him in there. We have another one in there too with the different colors. But it's got the gold foil in there. You got some metal. You have natural in there and some glass. So congratulations. I hope you like that focal bead. And let me see if I can put that in your basket, which is over here, because I've already sent your email. There we go. Got it. So I'm done with invoices of N through Z. I'm in the middle of M's right now. So you're welcome. All right. I'm going to point you guys back down. Oh, yeah. Which one do you want to see? I'll put up 2 here. So that's the front view of the dog. There's a side view. Sorry, Ashley. That work? And I'm wearing a yellow shirt with the yellow dog. I didn't think that through very well. All right, we're going back down so you guys can see the table. You're welcome. Now, number 1, the nose. The head is 2, 3, 4, 5. Create a square. I grab the nose and I grab the 2 bottom beads that we have here for the head. I spin it towards me. I go 1, 2, 3. Bring our nose up so it sits at the bottom of those 2 bottom beads. Hold it in place. Move the first bead, which is bead 6. This is the first piece of our body. We do 7, 8, 9, 10 is the legs. Make a square by just folding it over. Hold in the body bead. Take the 2 beads here. Spin this around. That is 1, 2, 3. And that will be our legs. Our keychain is between the body beads there, because that's where we put it at. I'm going to push this all tight. That was bead 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 are going to be our next legs. Bring those and then spin that around 1, 2, 3 times. Once again, our legs are on the top. Just spin it like that. And then our legs are on the bottom. And everything is tight with 2 inches when we did it that way. And there is our keychain right there. We might have to move it down here, I think, Robin, and put it between these 2 body pieces so there's more room. He's a little snug with the head. Now I'm going to cut off our end of our string on both sides. We're going to take the torch. There we go. And torch this side. There we go. So there he is. There is our little. This is with, so I'm going to bring up these 2 to show you side by side. This is a 12 millimeter. This is the 15 millimeter. So you can see what the difference in the size of the nose would be with the 2 different beads. I think, personally, I like the 12. I can show you guys how to fluff on just a piece of it here. And then there's our bodies. And that's the difference with the octagon versus the 15 millimeter. What do you guys think? Which way do you guys like the best? I'm going to get a piece of the string out of the little container here. To fluff, you take something and you just unweave it a little bit. All I'm doing is taking my awl or my bead reamer and putting it in there and fluffing that out. If you want it longer, you just keep doing it. Oh, that's a good idea. I like that idea, Diane. Just put it in there and just go up, because you're unweaving all that weave. Yep, and that does look, that if you want the authentic look, see, that's how it happens. And then he would look like that there. Instead of having this here, you would have a fluff. Oh, wow. I have not seen the pom-pom on the end, Melissa, but that is a good idea too, because the pom-pom's going to be round and give it the fluff. So that's how you do that. In all honesty, that's it. Once you figure out that you need to tie this knot here and just twist it and make it tight, because like, yes, it can move this way, but like, you know, if you're going to do this, you're going to have to naturally make that decision. I mean, you have to like really think it and move it. If they do, let me know, or even let me know who it is and I can go watch it. For some reason, if you guys notice, when we have the heads, when we have that on there, their heads lean back a little bit. A little bit more than when we don't have the keychain. I think the weight just pulls their head back. So, yep. But they sit. All of them have been sitting. I'll show you here. I'm going to make it, I'm going to go down one more time here. And you can see them all. Okay, so it wasn't just me. I'm going to move stuff out of the way so you guys can see them all. Whoop, one fell over when I went to move it. There we go. Let me move him this way. We have the balloon dog family. Sorry, YouTube. I forgot to move you guys down. There we go. Okay. That's how to do it. And you know why I did blue? Because I did that one to get it ready. I got these are going to be up for sale, one of the silicone, this color. But because I use this, we're only going to have 4 bags of the blue. And then I have some of the blue on the tray. So we'll have 21 bags of it in the 5 bags. And then we'll have 4 for that. So the one thing though is that if you're going to make the balloon dogs as solid colors, that you would need to probably purchase that 20 bag and have 3 left over that you can use on another thing. These is a way to use up beads, but you have to have at least 4 or 8 of each color to do that with the patterns. Whoops, I almost knocked him over. All right, you're going to have to let me know how it goes, Diane. She has not taken any of them yet. She wants me to make one that is like her stuffy that she named Odin. Thanks, Diane. As always, I want to say this. I do have that Facebook page that is CarolJo's VIP. You guys can add your pictures there. I get notified when you guys do it, so then I can go look at them. Yeah, and the pattern one took me a while to think about how I was putting them on the loop turner to get it right. Yep, Geraldine's posted on there. There's been a couple of people that have posted on there. So it's really there for you guys to post whatever you guys would like to post on there. I'm wondering if we can do them like this way so you guys can see the side angles. There we go. I'm playing around. And here you can really see that this is a different color. The head is a different color than the legs. I don't know if I like it 100%. I do like, this is what I was going to say about this one. With the little puffs, and I know it's not like a balloon animal because you use one color, but if I had this way and then did the 3, instead of the octagons, did circles, this reminds me of poodles. And maybe to make it a poodle, you add 3 beads for the legs to give them that long leg poodle look. And then for a wiener dog, we just put like 2 beads in here instead of just 1. So you would need 18 beads to do the wiener dog. And then poodle would be an extra 4, so that would be 21. Yep, you can do pictures in comments now. So those are some ideas of like how to change it up and not be matchy-matchy to everybody else. I was trying to like learn. I have never learned how to do balloon animals. I have tried and tried. It is not my brain to do that. But once I saw them made with beads, I'm like, I think I got it now. You will just create 17 little twists in there, and then you twist the twist together. I'm like, I think I can do a balloon dog now. And I know it sounds so silly to think of it from that way, but how is it that beads will take me to what you could have, people can do? I'm like, it's so funny. But the thing is that I've been looking at videos of different animals, and I haven't found one yet that we could make into another one here. I'm going to keep looking and trying. And if anybody else has the thought to do different ones, please let us know how it turned out for you. But that's what we have for today's tutorial. I hope you guys liked it. If you guys try it with the knots, let me know. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. So right here, with this one here, we've got, so you would do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe do 6, 7, 8, and make the giraffe. And then come down with 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, well, thank you, Rose. So yes, that's how I think I would do a giraffe. I love it. I love us talking. This is what gets our creativity going, makes you think, and like go outside the box and take something and make it your own too. Because it wasn't my idea to do the giraffe. That was Melissa's. And I think it was Diane's, but don't get me, if I'm wrong, you can correct me, for the dash hound. I only did the poodle. But I think I would do different colors in the poodle legs, just because of the simple fact when you do the different colors, that's where I thought of a poodle. I was like, I have been sitting here thinking about the teddy bear and trying to figure out how to do it. That was the one that I wanted to try first, and I haven't succeeded at it. So yes, so I'm just loving you guys for all the ideas. And that is really, truly, number one, why I do what I'm doing here, is that I am teaching you the techniques so that you guys can then make it your own. Ah, you have to show us what it looks like. I'm like so excited. Yep. And so I was thinking of how to do teddy bears, and I've like have ideas in my head, but I haven't gotten it to work yet. So I have looked on YouTube and I haven't found one yet. If someone finds one on YouTube, let me know. All right. Well, I'm going to hop off, everybody. I am going to actually go and continue invoicing. So you probably are going to get invoices later tonight. At some point when I get tired, I'm going to stop the invoicing and I will finish them up tomorrow morning before we do our basket sale. I do have all the beads ready for the basket sale, so I can be doing invoicing up until right before we start. And then after the live, I will invoice with whatever is left over from the past sales and what we did for that sale too tomorrow. I know there's a YouTube for everything, but I can't find it. So that is, just to let you guys know, that is where I'm at on invoicing. Tomorrow at 12 o'clock, I will have the basket sale, and that's 12 o'clock Central Time. 8 p.m. we'll be back here. We're going to do the linked earrings, simply linked earring. So we'll see you then, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.